If you're in college or graduate school right now, whether you believe it or not, you have it made. The opportunities you have being in this position are opportunities you may not ever have again, and taking full advantage of this is a major part of getting your money's worth from an expensive university diploma. Contrary to what might be popular belief, maximizing your GPA isn't what's going to set you on a trajectory for career success, and the other things you do during your time in school tend to be much more important when it comes to landing the jobs you're targeting after graduation. So to make sure you're focusing on the right things right now if you're in college or grad school, in this video, let's walk through 3 of the most impactful things you can do to get your money's worth from a university degree and how you can implement each to land the kind of jobs you're looking for in commercial real estate. Now, this might not be a popular opinion, but in my own personal experience and through feedback from Academy members who are working towards undergraduate or graduate degrees, if you're looking to get into real estate, academics tend to be one of the least valuable parts of the entire college experience. However, with that said, college can be a really valuable and often necessary step in the process of breaking into the commercial real estate industry, and there are a lot of benefits to getting a college degree that have nothing to do with your grades on a test. But to get the most out of your time in school, you need to do things that aren't necessarily requirements to get your diploma, many of which are easy to understand, but also very easy not to do. So in this video, let's talk through my top 3 recommendations to get the most out of your experience in an undergraduate or graduate university program outside of just getting good grades, and why each of these things really matters. So the first action item on this list is, in my opinion, an absolute layup, and this is to get involved with your school's real estate organization. To my point earlier, this is so simple to do and can help you in so many ways, but after helping people go through the commercial real estate application process for a few years now, I have been so surprised at how few people actually take the time to do this. Being a member of your school's real estate organization shows that you are being intentional about your move into the real estate industry, which already puts you ahead of many other job candidates who might be undecided on real estate as a career. And if you take things a step further, moving into some sort of a leadership position within the organization, this shows commitment to the industry and leadership potential in an internship or full-time job, which can make a huge difference in how you're viewed on paper by a potential employer and whether or not they decide to bring you in for an interview. But even more important than showing your industry commitment and leadership potential, one of the biggest benefits you'll get from joining a university real estate organization is access to different companies within the community, which can lead directly to internship or full-time job opportunities down the road. Leaders in commercial real estate organizations are always looking for young talent to help grow their companies, and a big part of successfully making that happen is focusing on the recruiting process. And with that, many of these companies will host on-site presentations for local universities, which usually just consists of a leader within the organization talking through what the company does, the kinds of deals they do, and even the things they look for in young professionals hoping to join the firm. And if you do take on a leadership position within the group, one of the biggest benefits of this is that you will often be the front line of communication with these companies, which gets you in direct contact with some of the most successful real estate professionals in your market, but also makes you a familiar name and face when it comes time to submit applications for internships and full-time jobs. University real estate organizations also often sponsor or subsidize industry affiliations with groups like ULI, NAIOP, ICSC, or NMHC, and the events that these organizations put on can often be some of the best networking opportunities that you'll find during your entire time in school. But with all of that being said, if your school doesn't have a real estate association, or maybe you've already done these things and want to take your university experience to the next level, my second recommendation on this list is really a logical progression from the action items we just covered, and that is to set up as many informational interviews as you can while you're still a student. Being in college or grad school puts you in a very unique situation where you're going to have access to a lot of very successful people for a very short period of time. For whatever reason, industry professionals tend to be much more willing to take time out of their day to talk to college students rather than people working in the industry already, especially those attending their alma mater, since they were once in your shoes. Now, I have other videos on this channel that go through the informational interviewing process in more detail and how you might want to go about these conversations, but essentially these are just 15 to 20-minute talks on the phone or in person that allow you to get to know more about the different career paths you're considering and what the day-to-day life of someone on that path might actually look like. I've talked about this on the channel before, but when I first started my MBA program, I set a goal to connect with 2 new people in the industry every single week for my entire 2 years in grad school. And even though this was tough to make happen, this was one of the most helpful things I did throughout that entire 2-year period to help me decide which part of the industry I wanted to move into next. And this was also how I built some of my most valuable relationships and connected with people who I still rely on for guidance to this day. And finally, when talking about where you want to end up in the industry, my final recommendation on this list, which is probably the most important in my opinion, is to make sure to prioritize over almost anything getting internship experience. Now, ideally, this doesn't mean just one summer internship between junior and senior year, but instead working in multiple internships throughout your college experience that allow you to see different parts of the business and how different companies operate. So many people spend so much time researching and trying to find out which specific discipline of the industry they want to get into, but in my opinion, the absolute best way to find this out is directly through experience. Go and work for a small company and then go work for a big company and see what you prefer. Go work for a brokerage firm and then go work on the principal side and see where you fit in best. Internships are so valuable because everyone knows you're there for a limited period of time to learn something new and to prove yourself, and if it doesn't work out, you have the freedom and flexibility to move on to the next opportunity. In a full-time analyst or associate role with an all-in compensation package of over 6 figures, there can be a tremendous amount of pressure to produce perfectly accurate work every time, work quickly under tight deadlines, and not ask stupid questions out of fear of being seen as incapable. But as an intern, it's expected that you'll make mistakes and your responsibilities will usually be small enough where there aren't going to be significant consequences if you do happen to make an error. Internships can also be one of the best ways to land full-time job offers, with internships really acting as a tryout, often resulting in either the company you're interning with offering you a full-time role or the company you're interning with recommending you to another firm which might have a full-time opening that you could be a fit for. Ultimately, these things often move in a chain reaction with real estate organization involvement leading to informational interview opportunities, which lead to internship opportunities, which can often lead to what many people interested in real estate go to college for in the first place, which is a full-time offer at a top commercial real estate firm. And if this is your goal and you want to make sure your technical skill sets are where they need to be to land an analyst role, or you're looking for an additional layer of guidance and feedback during the job search process, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership training platform, Breaking the CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis. You'll get access to hundreds of practice Excel interview exam questions, sample acquisition case studies, and our brand new Breaking the CRE Analyst Certification exam, which covers topics like real estate pro forma and development modeling, commercial real estate lease modeling, equity waterfall modeling, and many other real estate financial analysis concepts that will help you prove to employers that you have what it takes to tackle the responsibilities of an analyst or associate at a top real estate firm. And if you like this video and want to see more content on this channel on commercial real estate career advice, make sure to hit the like button to let me know, and let me know in the comments how you got the most out of your college experience or what you do differently if you could go back and do it all over again. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.